Following the Minister of Health's press statement on the destruction of these expired drugs, we would like the Minister to provide in more details on how much it has costed to destroy these expired drugs, how much to destroy drugs costed when they are procured, proper planning to procure drugs with a long shelf life. When procuring drugs, the AMS should factor in the time taken to procure and distribute these drugs to the time the final consumer gets them and uses them for respective illnesses. These drugs should have a minimum of 3 years shelf life, avoid expiry before their use. Is the Ministry taking any steps to ensure this practice is avoided in the future? If drugs that are being destroyed, we find out that they are for certain diseases that are not so prominent in Uganda, then they want to know why, at that particular moment, these drugs are being procured. We will, by next week, immediately petition the Parliamentary Committee of Budget and Health Committees on this issue to ensure that drug management in this country improves.
Find a situation where over 1,200 tons of drugs actually being destroyed in a sector which is the Hill Finance. And then in the statement read by the Minister of Health, we are talking about unwanted drugs. Unwanted, meaning that the drugs are not needed. And the question is, who procures this drug which Ugandans do not need?
Most of these health centers, and these are drugs that they say that are never there for the supply. So the Ministry giving us a breakdown. If it's the drugs that are given to health centers and they are not used, that can be something that can be looked at further to explain. But if it's drugs that are needed and they're told that they're not there, it brings in a number of questions. Are the patients being referred elsewhere to get these drugs, or are they just not being given these drugs and they end up expiring?